Hey, basketball fans, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA regular season predictions. I'm Kokan, and I'm here to break down today's matchups and give you the edge you need to make the best bets. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means the world to us. Remember, our channel has no sponsors and relies solely on the love and support of viewers like you. Even a small donation by pressing the thanks button under the video helps us keep bringing you top-notch content every day. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. And we love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you want to see in our forecasts. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you the content you crave. Let's jump right into today's NBA predictions. We've got some exciting games lined up, so stay tuned and let's get that winning streak going. Today we have predictions for 4 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Phoenix Suns and Chicago Bulls. All right, let's break this one down. The Phoenix Suns roll into Chicago looking more like a team trying to salvage their season than one built to contend. Sitting at 26-29, barely sniffing a play-in spot, they just got cooked by the Spurs without Wembanyama, dropping 120-109 in a game that wasn't even as close as the score suggests. That loss was their 4th straight, and honestly, they've been a disaster lately, winning just once in their last 8 outings. That lone victory? A shaky overtime win against the Jazz. This Suns super team experiment is looking more like a failure by the day, and it's becoming painfully clear they don't have much to offer defensively. They tried to get more athletic in the paint, but swapping out Jusuf Nurkic for Nick Richards hasn't moved the needle. Phoenix still can't stop a nosebleed, ranking as one of the worst defensive teams in the league. And the irony? The guy who's been putting in the most work recently isn't Booker, Beal, or Durant. It's Royce O'Neal. That alone speaks volumes. On top of that, whispers about KD wanting out are getting louder, and at this point, it wouldn't be surprising to see him bolt this summer. Offensively, the Suns can put up numbers, but when you can't get stops, it's like trying to outrun a broken-down car. Eventually, you're going to stall. Now, the Bulls aren't exactly world beaters either. They're sitting 10th in the East with 22 wins, fresh off a heartbreaking 113-111 overtime loss to the Knicks. That marked their 5th straight L and their 6th defeat in the last 7 games. And unlike the Suns, who can at least put up points, Chicago's biggest problem is that they just don't have enough firepower. Losing DeRozan and Levine without getting anything meaningful in return has left them scrambling to find an identity. Nikola Vucevic was supposed to be on the move, but when the trade talks with Golden State fell apart, he stuck around. That's been a blessing in disguise because, alongside Josh Giddey, he's been one of the few bright spots. Speaking of Giddey, the kid's thriving in this new role. No more having to defer to Levine or DeRozan. He's the primary playmaker now, and it's showing. Against the Knicks, he put up a monster 27-point, 16-rebound performance, looking like a prime Dennis Rodman on the boards. Vucevic chipped in 21-9, while Lonzo Ball, slowly finding his groove again, added 14 points, 4 boards, and 4 dimes. The Bulls are still a mess, but at least they're trying to piece things together. So, what's the move here? Betting on either of these teams isn't exactly thrilling, but the Suns just feel unbackable at this point. They're terrible on the road, just 10-18 straight up, and their 1935-1 record against the spread is flat-out embarrassing for a team with that much talent. It's one thing to lose games, but to consistently fail to cover, that says a lot about their effort and chemistry. On the other side, Chicago might be 11 games under 500, but at least they've been competitive, nearly stealing that Knicks game despite being 10.5-point dogs. With Phoenix's defense resembling a turnstile and Chicago struggling to generate offense, I don't see this one turning into a shootout. The total hovering around 240.5 feels a little high, and I wouldn't be surprised if it stays under that number. As for the spread, I don't love backing the Bulls, but the Suns as a road favorite? No chance. They just gave up 120 to a Spurs team missing their best player, and their body language screams disinterest. This has all the makings of another lackluster effort from Phoenix, so I'm rolling with the Bulls to cover that 5-point spread.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Los Angeles Lakers and Denver Nuggets. The Lakers are heading into Denver for another showdown with the Nuggets, and honestly, I'm not sure this will be an easy one for LA. The Nuggets have been absolutely dominating lately, winning 9 straight and having a serious stranglehold over the Lakers in their past matchups, winning 8 out of the last 10. The last time these two teams faced off, the Nuggets steamrolled the Lakers, picking up a huge 127-102 win in LA, and that was without all the pieces firing on all cylinders. If the Lakers want to have any shot here, they've got to figure out a way to stop Nikola Jokic, but with the way he's been playing, that's easier said than done. LeBron James has been his usual stellar self, dropping 40 on the Blazers just a few days ago, and he's keeping the Lakers in the hunt for a playoff spot. Austin Reeves has been stepping up in a big way, and Rui Hachimura's also been putting in solid minutes. But let's face it, facing the Nuggets is a whole different animal. The Lakers' biggest issue is the consistency, and even when they seem to be clicking, they've been unable to keep up for a full 48 minutes against Denver. Their last encounter saw them up by 6 at halftime, but the Nuggets exploded for 37 points in the third quarter, while the Lakers could only manage 15. It was downhill from there, and those 15 turnovers they committed definitely didn't help the cause. It's clear the Lakers have some serious work to do, especially when it comes to cleaning up the ball control and hitting their shots at a higher rate. But if there's any team that can turn it around, it's this Lakers squad. I wouldn't count them out just yet. We all know what LeBron can do when he's in takeover mode, and they've got enough weapons to make this interesting. But let's not kid ourselves. Stopping Jokic and that whole Nuggets offense is a massive challenge. I mean, the guy's been playing at an MVP level, putting up ridiculous numbers game after game. The last time they met, Jokic went for 34 points, 13 boards, and 8 assists, looking like a man among boys. With Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. in the mix, the Nuggets are just too stacked right now. The Lakers need to limit turnovers and shoot better than they've been if they want any shot at keeping this one close. But even if they do, Jokic is such a beast in the paint and on the boards that it's hard to imagine the Lakers keeping pace. The Nuggets have been shooting lights out, and their defense has stepped up, making it that much harder for teams to get comfortable. On paper, Denver's the far superior team right now, and with the game being in Denver, it's hard to pick against them. That said, I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers find a way to keep it competitive. With LeBron leading the charge, they've always got a chance, even if they are the underdog here. I'm not betting on them to win straight up, but I think they might be able to cover the plus 7-point spread. The Nuggets are the better team overall, but the Lakers could surprise with a performance that keeps this one closer than expected. It's going to be tough for LA, but with a little luck and a solid game from their stars, they could pull off the cover and make this a game worth watching till the final buzzer. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Houston Rockets and Utah Jazz. So, the Houston Rockets are heading to the Delta Center to take on the Utah Jazz in what should be an intriguing matchup. The Rockets are coming off a gritty 121-115 win over the Timberwolves, where Jalen Green dropped 35 points and Alperen Sengun did his thing with 24 points and 13 boards. This Houston squad has been picking up steam, especially on offense, where they've been lighting it up, averaging over 121 points per game since the start of 2025. Green's been on fire lately, showing he's not just a future star, but a guy who can put up big numbers in crunch time. His 42-point outburst against the Grizzlies proves that. Sengun's also been a solid presence, delivering double-doubles on the regular, and Fred VanVleet's leadership has been key in keeping the squad steady. But let's be real, Houston isn't perfect. They've had their struggles, especially when they're away from home or in tight games. Their defense has taken a bit of a hit, and with Jabari Smith Jr. still sidelined, they've dropped from second in defensive rating to 18th. That's definitely something to watch, because it gives teams like the Jazz a chance to get in the mix. Now, Utah's been in a tailspin lately, losing 14 out of their last 17 games, including a tough 130-107 loss to the Thunder. Still, there are some signs of life. Lauri Markkanen is their go-to guy, and even though his shooting has been off recently, he's more than capable of exploding for big numbers when he's on. Keontae George is also starting to find his rhythm, especially with his ability to dish out 6 assists per game, showing he's got some serious playmaking chops. And let's not forget Walker Kessler, who's been a beast on the glass, averaging 11.8 rebounds and 2.4 blocks. He could be a real problem for the Rockets in the paint, so keep an eye on him. Despite their struggles, the Jazz still have that home court advantage at the Delta Center, and that's something that can't be ignored. Kessler's recent performance against the Lakers, where he stuffed the stat sheet with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 blocks, shows that Utah can surprise a stronger team when they're clicking. If they can get some consistency, especially from Markkanen and their younger guys, they've got a shot to keep it close. The Rockets are obviously the favorites here, but let's not forget that this is still a young team learning how to finish games, especially on the road. Sure, they got the win over the Timberwolves, but they've been a bit hit or miss lately, with a 3-7 record against the spread in their last 10. The Jazz might not win the game outright, but they've been sneaky good at covering, with 5 covers in their last 9 games, and they even beat the Rockets last April as heavy underdogs. So, yeah, the Rockets should take this one, but I'm not betting on them to cover the spread. The Jazz are going to keep this one tight, and I think they cover the 8-point spread. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Charlotte Hornets and Portland Trail Blazers. Heading into Portland, the Charlotte Hornets have had an interesting post-All-Star break run, and I'm curious to see if they can keep up their momentum. After knocking off the Lakers in a surprising 100-97 win, with LaMelo Ball leading the charge, they've shown they're capable of competing, even if their record suggests otherwise. Ball's been dealing with that pesky ankle issue, but if he's back, that's a game changer for the Hornets. If he suits up, expect him to be the focal point, dropping his usual 27 points and setting up his teammates. On the other hand, the Trailblazers have hit a rough patch, losing 4 straight games after a strong run pre-All-Star break. They've been struggling, especially on the defensive end, as they couldn't stop LeBron James and the Lakers in their last game. Denny Avdija's been a bright spot, though, and you have to respect the guy's consistency. But Portland's going to need more than just individual performances. They have to lock in defensively if they want to get back on track and avoid letting Charlotte sneak one past them. When you look at the numbers, Portland has some major holes defensively, and Charlotte could exploit that. Miles Bridges has been balling out, slowly but surely becoming the Hornets' most reliable scorer. If Ball's back, these two could do some serious damage, especially since Portland has struggled defensively, particularly against star players. But let's not sugarcoat it for Charlotte. This road trip has been a grind. This will be their 3rd straightaway game, and after this, they're headed to Sacramento, Golden State, and Dallas. That's no easy stretch of games, so fatigue could play a role. Portland's defense has been shaky, and that's where Charlotte could sneak in and make this a tight game. The Hornets have done well on the offensive glass and have shown they can get out in transition, which is something the Blazers haven't done a great job containing recently. Portland's been bad at defending the rim and limiting free throw attempts, which means Charlotte has an opportunity to exploit those weaknesses, especially if they can draw fouls and keep the ball moving. Even though Portland's playing at home, they've been in a rut. Their offense hasn't been as fluid, and their defense is getting shredded, especially in transition. They've had issues closing out games, and against a team like Charlotte, that can be a problem. I like how the Hornets have played recently, even though they've been road warriors, and they've been competitive in just about every game since the break. Portland's definitely going to have the edge at home, but I think Charlotte keeps this one close. At the end of the day, I'm leaning towards Charlotte covering the spread here. Sure, Portland's got the home advantage, but the Blazers just haven't been able to get over the hump in their last few outings. Charlotte has got the right mix of offensive firepower and defensive potential to make this a tight contest. With players like Ball and Bridges, the Hornets are capable of hanging with the Blazers, and I wouldn't be surprised if they cover that plus 5.5 point spread. It's one of those games where I wouldn't be shocked if Charlotte takes this down to the wire.